Good morning, Steve here. Steve, the tarot card reader. I wear many hats. Caps, hats, hoodies. Welcome to today. I hope your day is going well. My day is going quite well. Thank you for asking. Okay, so today is a funny little thing. I asked Abraham, the soul of the earth, so once again, this will be the third day in a row, asking Abrahamanad as not opposed, but as different than asking the universal mind for the card. I figure they're all kind of working with this in a similar way. But I asked Abraham to pull the card, and I pulled the card, and I saw what it was, and I thought, oh, maybe it was the card on the other side. So I said, I'm going to check. And so I laid down the first card, and then I got the other card, and I laid down that card, and I go, oh, okay. This is a 3-card reading, so I went, shuffled the deck, pulled the third card. So that's the way it went today. So that the past is present, the future is present, and the present is now. So it's all now. But we could say this card is the card about what we have been working with and what we're currently working with and what we're moving towards. So what we have been working with is, see if I can get this in there. The 5 of Cups, the cups relate to emotions. And the 5 of Cups relates to disappointment. Emotional disappointment. Disappointment makes you feel fragile, breakable, and vulnerable, like the glass cups represented on the symbol. Disappointment is the state where you experience emotional depression, like the murky seas, and anger, like the red sun. Disappointment takes us off balance, which is symbolized by the askewed star, and makes us feel uprooted, like the lily pads with the falling lotus blossoms. Yet disappointment can be transformative again, a transformative agent. And it's interesting, I almost started off this video by saying, I'm finding this to be a very transformative day. How about you? And then the card we pick has been working with can be very transformative depending on how you work with it. Disappointment can be a transformative agent. The roots of the lily pad make the shape of a butterfly, which is a universal symbol for transformation. The astrological aspect of this card is Mars in Scorpio. Mars is the planet that is associated with energy, vitality, and assertion. Like Mars, this is disappointment that is deep and vital. This is disappointment that goes to a very deep level, like Scorpio. Scorpio is associated with the depths. And I've been feeling in the depths of it like, for a while. This is not a superficial disappointment. It can be disappointment that has been experienced within the last 5 months, and I'd say maybe 10 or more, maybe 11. Or disappointment that has been experienced within the last 5 years, or go back specifically to 5 years ago, or disappointment that can go back as early as when you were 5 years old. It might be interesting to take a look at which of your parents was severely disappointed. Or look at it and see that both of your parents were severely disappointed. And your brothers and sisters were severely disappointed. And your grandfather and grandmother were severely disappointed. Okay, in the next 5 weeks to the next 5 months, you may want to release old disappointment connected with Scorpio people, or disappointment connected with family members or extended family members. And I'm just going to say, hallelujah to that. Okay. let's look at what we got for the present. And for the present, we got the Eight of Swords. And the swords has to do with the mental realm, our thinking. And we got the Eight of Swords, and it looks pretty convoluted. And it has to do with the feeling of interference. So let's find out what the tarot book says about that. I prefer reading the tarot book because I figure the people that put this together back in 1986 or whatever, they seem to be pretty darn conscious. So the Eight of Swords, this is currently we're have been up to now working with disappointment. That's going to clear in the next 5 months or 5 weeks. We don't know. But currently we've been working with both of them, disappointment and interference, which is the Eight of Swords is the doubting, non-trusting, over-analytical mind. Swords are mental, and we're all a bit mental. Basically, it's the mind that is considering either two options, two issues, two situations, or two people, then going back and forth on which would be better option or the better choice. Whenever you pull this card, it's a reminder that when you are in a state of doubt or confusion or interference, that it is a time to wait and not make decisions. It's not a time to act. The Eight of Swords represents that somehow in the next 8 weeks, next 8 months, maybe the next 8 minutes, there will be more clarity. The work to be done at this time is to trust and wait rather than to overanalyze for purposes of attempting to control situations or for purposes of overanalyzing things to such a degree that it creates doubt, confusion, and interference. So, wait until more clarity shows up, because the result of this, releasing disappointment of the past related to your family or Pisces, Scorpio people, or working with the release of this doubt, interference pattern, and letting that clarify, letting your mind clarify until you have the spaciousness to see what's in your highest good, and the highest good of others is all the same thing. And out of that, we arrive at the Two of Swords, which is right here. Here's what it looked like. Wow, isn't it great to know that we're going to arrive at peace? And we may arrive at a state of peace in 2 weeks or 2 months. Works for me. Or 2 minutes. Peace is coming. And the peace will arrive when it arrives in you, because the world is you, and you are the world. So if you say peace is coming, then peace is coming. It's coming to you. It's coming to a you near you. In it comes. And if you're at peace, then you're just holding the space of peace while the world comes to a greater place of peace. Two of Swords represents peace. Swords, mind, peace of mind. It is a picture of the meditative mind. And Thomas Hubel will be talking about this almost every time you watch his videos, which I recommend that you do. And there's short ones. You can just watch a 5-minute video, or you can watch half-hour video, you watch an hour video, you watch an hour 20-minute video. He's made a lot of videos, and I find every one of them interesting and useful and transformative. So, it's a picture of the meditative mind, or the mind has made a choice between two issues, two situations, or two people, which is basically what we've been working with, is the interference in making decisions because we have doubts and questions and not sure and everything. And then here it says, the peace that comes from the meditative mind, or the mind that has made a choice. So you can choose peace. Regardless of what the world is saying, you personally, yourself, can choose peace. And I'm talking to myself because I'm looking at myself. I know later on you're looking at me. But while I'm doing this, I'm looking at myself. And later on, someone will watch this and I'll say, peace represents your consciousness, your resolution, your release of doubt, and you're coming into a place of the meditative mind that chooses peace. And every time I suggest that you state out loud, I connect to my deep self, you're connecting to the deep self of deep peace. It is the choice or decision made in the mind that generates the quality of peace, satisfaction, and clarity. The 4 pinwheels in the back of the card indicate that there is resolution or peace of mind that pervades all levels of consciousness, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. Peace that is experienced pervasively throughout the system is represented by the handles of the swords, which has angels coming off them. Handles of the swords are also very scorpionic in their shapes, or look like Scorpios, representing peace that goes to a deep and substantial level, which is the essence of Scorpio. Scorpio is the sign in astrology that's most associated with transformation, and so this is a transformative peace of mind, or what we might refer to as a vivid peace. Whenever you pull this card, it indicates that there has been a decision made. Swords are always a representation of the mental level of consciousness, and the Two of Swords indicates a decision that will manifest peace of mind and resolution within the next 2 weeks or the next 2 months, represented by the number 2. I was a little uncomfortable when I saw the cards that were gifted to us by Abrahamana, the soul of the earth today. And then I let go and said, you have no idea what these mean. Accept them. They were a gift. Accept the gift. Make the change. Take a deep breath. Look at the googly eyes. And now let's go.